Hi everyone, it's me Megan again. After a bit of a break, I wasn't actually planning on doing this today, getting back into recording episodes, but my kids were out of the house for a little bit and it was quiet, and I figured I'd catch you up on what I've been doing. I'm going to leave the life update for the very end as to why I haven't been around on the channel very much. If you're still here, I highly appreciate you continuing to check in on my podcast. So I'd like to talk to you about some finished objects that I've had since my last episode, which was sometime in the spring. The first of which I'm wearing. This is the Parkview sweater that I designed, and I am looking for test knitters. I'm still working on getting the sleeves figured out, but I'm very excited on how it worked out. It's a DK weight circular yoke with short rows in the back, and let me stand up so you can get a quick and better view. And you can see the short rows back here, and nice deep, a little bit of a deeper yoke than I expected, but I really actually like it. And I'm loving this blue and cream color. So yeah, stay tuned. I will hopefully have this pattern available for purchase within the next few months, as I still need to get it test knit and finish writing it up to be able to do that. I also have it in children's size. So this is the one I made for my daughter. She is 10, and it is black and cream. Again, same thing, and it's got short rows on the back, circular yoke. This one, the yoke depth it's not quite as deep as this one is on me. So yeah. This one should also be out fairly soon, as I've been busy working on both of them, and I'm very excited to get these out to you. One of the things I love about knitting is I love simple color work projects that doesn't feel like it's very overwhelming or there's a lot to it. My last pattern, the dandelion sweater, which has already been tested and available, is similar in that about here it has just the change in color from one to another without the extra detail. And I really like that. I really like that it's a good way if you've bought yarn but you don't quite have enough, and so you want to add a different color from your stash that goes well, but you don't want to make it look like you didn't have enough yarn to begin with. So I like that it starts with this. This is another one of those where, say this took 4 skeins total, and say you only had 3 of the blue and you want to add in another color without having to buy, you're trying to make your stash work. Yeah, it uses less than 100-gram skein of DK weight for the contrast color, and I really like that. A great way of using all of your stash. Sometimes, we buy stuff, we buy yarn and we think we have enough because we're thinking of a certain project, and then turns out we don't quite have enough, or we change sizes. That's happened to me. Or my kiddos, they grow, and I bought 2 skeins, but really I needed 3 because now they're 2 sizes bigger by the time I get to that yarn. So yeah, I also made a sweater for my son, excuse me, and it is his Christmas sweater. Also a circular yoke. It says Merry. He wore it to the Northwest Arkansas Fire Festival that was this last weekend. Him and I were there for one day. We went in and saw the little marketplace. We didn't hang out for very long because he didn't really want to, but he wore his little sweater walking around. So yeah. And then I am planning on making a second one of these in my daughter's size. I have not written this one up yet, but I'm thinking that I will, just because it'll follow the same kind of sizing as this one, so it shouldn't take too incredibly long to size this one up. This is a 4T, that's what size he wears, and it fits him really well. And this cream is super soft. The green yarn is yarn that I got from last year's Shopla Mercery sock swap exchange thing, and I hadn't used it, and I ended up using it in a little sweater for him, so that was a lot of fun. Yeah, so he's ready for Christmas. He wore it the other day and he's totally ready, and my daughter wants one with red or maybe blue, and she wanted snowflakes on it, so we're gonna edit it up a little and make it work for her. So yeah, those are the three main projects that I've gotten done lately. And moving on, it's just gonna be a regular episode. I know everyone's been doing all kinds of different things on their YouTube channels. I'm gonna try and keep it simple here as I even try and get back in. I'm recording this now. I don't even know if I'll upload it, honestly. So yeah, next up, I'm gonna talk works in progress, which I have 2 of. Okay, so works in progress. Ooh, my chapstick, I need that. My first work in progress that's kind of stalled out. I started this one before these 3 sweaters. And it got me going into color work again, is this beautiful thing. It's the Birkin pattern by Boyland Knitworks, Caitlin Hunter. She was one of the first pattern designers that I bought a pattern from when I first started knitting. Her Soldatno was really popular back then, and she had that one, I forget what it's called, but it has the plus signs, and then it has like another little thing, just kind of like strips of like random stuff, not as like connected as Fair Isle. It was really pretty. I forget what it's called. But yeah, she has it in her. You probably know what I'm talking about. So yeah, I got one sleeve done. Feels like it's gonna be short, but maybe that's okay. And I'm currently on the body, and I haven't knit a stitch on this, like I said, because I've been working on this one and the other ones. But I really do want this one. I think this one would be, it's a fingering weight, so it'd be nice to wear on Thanksgiving, maybe. Maybe that should be my goal, to try and finish it by Thanksgiving. It's the 12th now, so if I'm working on other stuff, that doesn't give me very much time, but we will see. So I'm knitting it out of the teal color and the purple are Hue Loco. It was back a couple of years ago, she did like a different color set for each birth month. So those are 2 of those. The yellow is Along avec Anna, which is a French yarn brand and designer. And that's some of hers. I bought through the yarn shop in Michigan, Honey something. And the pink is one that my mother-in-law gifted me, and I can't remember what brand it is. I think it might be Malabrigo, but it's a fingering weight. And then the main gray is Cascade Heritage in their sock weight, so it's a sock yarn, and it's really soft. I really enjoy working with it. Excuse me, I've held it double for a DK weight project, my Taylor Swift sweater. I made it out of DK Heritage. I have another sweater. If I end up with some leftover gray, I might make it one of the stripes and one of these. I'm thinking of making a scrappy one, and depending on how much I have, I could do a different stripe of this. Held double. So yeah, so this is one of my whips, and then the other whip I just cast it on last night. Probably should have been working on my Birkin, but I saw a picture in my Instagram that I hadn't seen in a while. It was an older picture back from like 2020 during COVID. And it's just this texture sweater. It's gold, and the sleeve ribbing starts like up here, and it has like a nice thick raglan line. And so I don't know what happened to it, It's actually a really nice one to wear. So I cast on another one. It's going to be similar. The raglan raglan stripes aren't quite as thick as on the original one. I'm going to put a nice 2x2 rib collar on it. And I'm going to do the sleeve thing again. I kind of like it when the sleeves are loose and then all of a sudden from here on they become tight. I've done that on a couple of my sweaters. I actually had made one similar to this, imitating that last gold one, and I actually have it back here. I accidentally washed it. I didn't mean to, and it felted. And the neck opening was a little bit big, and I probably should have done, but yeah, it had a nice chunky ribby, oh, this is twisted rib thing. But yeah, this felted. There is not much stretch to it. You can feel it. I think I've worn it once since I washed it, and it just, and maybe I should put it through the wash again and just turn it into like coasters or something. And then it had a split hem at the bottom, and this was an alpaca blend, like it had alpaca in it, so it's super soft, super drapey. But yeah, the raglan lines on this one were thicker. So I'm doing this one again, but in a green, and because I really like textured sweaters, and maybe I should do it in a cream. I'm not very far into it, and maybe it does, oh, the stripe from the raglan continues on down the body, which I really like. That detail, I don't know how well you can see it. I've lost a lot of my sunlight. But yeah, those are my 2 works in progress at the moment. I've got one more thing to share, and then I'm going to give the whole shebang bang thing about why I haven't been on here in a while. Oof, I timed that perfectly. I sneezed while I was pausing between segments. So we did finished items, we did the projects I'm working on, and the other things that I have been working on have been my First and Cedar project bags. I am officially a registered business, and I am going full in on the bags. I've worked on these for a long time. I actually have my first bag I ever made here. It has been very well used. It is very floppy. It had pockets in the front, which the tag thing broke, and I just had it zipped. It had a dark interior, so I could never see what was inside, and the opening was narrower than the bottom. But I used this for many years. It has been well loved, but getting it right has brought me, making that and using it has brought me to my current project bags, which are, if they're dark on the exterior, they're lighter on the inside. They have the square bottom. They have the drawstring bag, which I really love, and they fit perfectly inside of my purse, and they protect my knitting. Sometimes I just carry these just with the straps on my thing. Instead of sewing the fabric and cutting for it, I make little channels for the things. And my first collection of sorts, or selection of fabrics that I did, was this light blue, which I'm absolutely in love with. Oh, and I quilted the top, and I added some batting to it to make it more structured, so it kind of stands up, but it doesn't add weight or bulk to it. It's still very non-bulk adding. So there's this blue one. There's this fun print, which I bought these in summer, the beginning of summer, thinking, oh, I'll get them all done in summer and stuff will happen. I'll sell them because it's like it fits the season, and then stuff happened and I didn't get them made. I have a yellow color, which again, summer, absolutely loved. These are just, I mean, it's taken me years to perfect the sizing. I have a couple of these blue ones. These were my first official set of them. These have the First and Cedar label on them. Not all of them do just yet. I have hot pink. And oh my gosh, I absolutely love the hot pink ones with hot pink on the inside. Yeah, I've been posting on Instagram. If you're on there, you probably see them. And I have a navy because I know people like their neutrals, their solids. Then it has a cream on the inside. But yeah, I have 3 different sizes. Let's see if I can find all the pink ones to show you. The smallest one is like your classic sock. It can hold 2 to 3 skeins, 2 skeins, plus your project in there and all your knickknacks and stuff. The next size I'm calling a shawl, and this is the one that I use most of the time. I can fit a full sweater in there. My sweaters are generally about 3 to 4 skeins, and I can carry a sweater and all my notions and my patterns and my next cast on, because of course as I'm like carrying this and another one. And then I have the largest size, which I call the sweater size, and it's pretty big. It's kind of a purse of its own. I honestly should maybe consider putting handles on it, but I've used this one a couple of times when I've like gone away for a little bit longer weekends and I want to have enough knitting with me. Not that I ever get to it, you know, when you're out and about. But yeah, I have got these. They are listed on my Etsy and they are available now, and I am looking on getting in to some shops and whatnot. But yeah, I'm very proud of these. I worked very hard on developing the size, getting it perfect, getting the structure of it right. And anyway, I will soon be coming out with my fall color palette. I'm a little bit behind on that, but yeah, so many bright and beautiful bags. And then I have a handful of these little notions pouch that I used to make. They have little clasp things. I'll be listing these soon. I just made some out of my leftover fabrics, and they are so much fun. They're great for your notions because they also, like, they're just the fabric. They don't take up any extra space in your bag. So this one matches those blue ones. I have a gold one, a little stripy one. So yeah, these will be listed on there too. So I hope you check them out, and appreciate your support and all of this. And yeah, that's been my biggest endeavor here recently that's been constantly interrupted. And upcoming, we're going to go into just personal why it's been a while since I've been here. So yeah, you can probably hear it in my voice. I have been sick. I have had a cold. Just in these last few weeks. This last weekend, I was in the hospital with my son. He had respiratory distress just from a head cold, and that is the minor of the medical reasons on why I have not been here. So I don't even know when the last time I posted was, but I know, sorry, I just shook everything. I know it's been a minute. But yeah, so I want to say the last time I posted was like maybe March or April. And so the reason why I stopped posting was I actually was pregnant back in the springtime. We were planning it, we were trying, and we're successful in a way. And I carried to about 12 weeks, and when I went in for a checkup, there was no heartbeat, and so I ended up miscarrying the pregnancy. It was a very hard pregnancy. It was very nauseous, very sick throughout it. Even just the few weeks that I was notably pregnant were really, really hard, and so I didn't work on anything. Like, I started working on the bags before I got pregnant, and I had full stop on everything. I didn't knit. I didn't do anything but like try and take care of my family and myself and my friends and my extended family, and it just nothing was happening creatively. So then I recovered from that, started knitting again, started some crochet projects, which I normally do in the summer. It was like June, July by then, and it was hot and knitting wasn't happening, but I did work on some crochet, and I wasn't pulling out my sewing machine again to work on the bags. At the end of the pregnancy, the last doctor's appointment, the doctor was feeling my neck, checking my breathing and stuff like they do, and he felt a little bit of a lump on my front of my neck here and told me I needed probably to go get that checked out. And so he had me do an ultrasound of my neck, and they found a lump on my thyroid that turned out to be cancerous. And so we had that ordeal to deal with. Once I was feeling better from the miscarriage, then all of that news came forth, and I ended up having my thyroid removed along with the cancer in September, and then was recovering from that and doing well, and then got sick with, I think it was rotavirus, which is vomiting and diarrhea, and was miserably sick. And I feel like my immune system has just been very low since the surgery, and I keep getting these little head colds constantly. So yeah, that is the gist of it. But I'm very excited to be back. I'm very excited to have some creative energy again, and I've been trying not to hold it against myself that I went through some major medical things and didn't do what I wanted to do with my spring and summer and now fall. So yeah, like I said, the colors of the bags that I picked were for summer, and I haven't actually gotten them listed until now, late fall. It's November. So yeah, that's been me. But the creative energy is still there. A lot is coming out, as you can tell from the many sweaters that I knit, and I've got like 2 other designs in my head that need to, I kind of put them on paper so they don't have to live in my brain and bug me anymore, but I need to at some point get them knit up. I'm really excited for one. I read the Fourth Wing series this last year. You know, I finished it early spring, late winter of 2025. So like February, March, I finished reading the last of Fourth Wing, Onyx Storm. And I had this idea for a circular yoke, and I want to put a dragon right about here in color work, and I have an idea of how it's going to look, and I'm super excited to try and develop it. Black and gold, of course, because of Tarn and Andarna. Oh, am I remembering the names right? The dragons. So yeah, just inspiration there, just because I am a book girly. I like to read, though I haven't been reading lately because, you know, life's been chaos. I haven't read much this summer or fall either. Sorry, my nose. Been so runny. But yeah, I attended the Northwest Arkansas Fiber Festival last weekend with my son right before he got. And with that, my phone ran out of memory, so I had to delete some stuff and make room. And I'll be saying goodbye, and hopefully I will be back soon to share some more knitting. Oh, yeah, my scar from my surgery. It's been a rough go of it, but I'm very glad to be here and to be knitting again. It really has been fun to come back into the creative energy, and like I said, the bags lately have been my thing, and I'm super excited, and I really hope you guys like them, like knitters, because I'm a knitter, crocheter, and I made these for people that do knitting and crochet. So I hope, you know, they're found and they are liked by you guys. I like them. I think they're perfect. So yeah, this is it, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks for watching, and I should be back within a couple of weeks to let you know what new things I have been up to. All right, thanks for watching. Bye.